Here.
Hi, and hello, and welcome to a new episode of Weebs Talk About. This time it's an expert edition. Woo! And the expert I got today, is Paige.
Finally, the bribe worked.
And today I'm joined by two co-hosts. Because I don't know a lot about the topic, so I needed backup. I gave my backup a little bit of backup just in case. So I'm joined by Kurai. We got him on a team again, and Eden.
Hi.
Okay, so I checked all my audio and I checked everything that I did. So we should have 0 scuff today. Technically.
Nice icebreaker.
So, now to celebrate not having any scuff today, let's talk about the topic for today. Teen Titans. To be precise, Paige, why not telling everyone exactly what about Teen Titans you know? You know, like, what you will focus on.
I'm gonna pester everyone with everything.
No, like the series, I think.
Yeah. So we're talking the original Teen Titans series. Let's emphasize the original, not Go Teen Titans. Okay, we're not talking about the twerking weird.
Yeah. I put the spoiler warning up, so. Everyone that watches this stream or watches this on YouTube, hi YouTube, you have been warned. There will be spoilers.
There will be spoilers.
A lot of them.
I also might adjacently compare it to the two movies that have nothing to do with the original Teen Titans series, which is Judas Contract and Justice League versus the Teen Titans, which follows some similar beats because it's based on the same source material, which is the original Teen Titans DC comic that I know nothing about. We are talking about the series here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the TV series.
Yeah, the 2009 TV series, yes.
Yes.
Okay, so now that we clarified what we will talk about, how about we pretend for a moment that in this room would be one person that never have watched Teen Titans and would have no clue about anything. Maybe knows a couple of characters, but no, actually nothing. How about Paige? We just pretend like there's no one in this room, me, that has no clue about this and needs like an absolute like explanation for dummies what the show is about and who the characters are. Paige, would you be so kind?
Okay, so let me start what the series is about. Okay, so we have 5 teen superheroes. They live alone in the same tower, in their teens, and they do teen stuff.
So no parents. Great start.
No parents.
5
They're on their own.
Living under one roof. What could possibly go wrong?
A lot of stuff does go wrong because they're unsupervised teens.
Yeah, like that.
Like I'm pretty sure it's debated. Oh, sorry.
I know. Go on. Tell me what's debated about, and then I make my very educated
it's
adult
debated
joke.
about because it changes, but I'm pretty sure either the first episode or the second episode have them getting their ass kicked in, like from the get-go, right? We introduce superheroes, they do superhero shit, and now they're getting their ass whooped. And that's kind of the first, if not the second episode you're introduced to, and then they get revenge, and that's the introduction to the series. Basically, 2 girls, 3 boys, 4 of them have superpowers,
and a lot of hormones.
One of them doesn't.
One doesn't need members.
Yeah, one is just awesome like that.
He's built different.
I can make an asterisk for Dick Grayson specifically.
Yeah, yes. I mean, he trained under the goat himself, Batman.
Yeah.
So did
Dick is no
Damien.
difference.
But like Damien is he will never reach Dick Grayson levels of Robin.
Oh,
Okay, that is the
Okay,
Robin.
okay. Now you have to, like, I know this is like striving off from the point, but why are we shitting on Damien? Who is Damien? Do I need to shit on him too?
Damian Wayne is a little shit stain who's a little too nervous for some good. But he's also not
Okay.
important to this right now, so probably should move on.
Yeah, no, because like Damien does not appear. So there, throughout the DC timeline, there have been more than one Robin, right? I don't know about any other ones, but I know specifically about Dick Grayson and Damien, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So
Damian Wayne is
Dick
actually
Grayson.
related to Batman.
Biological son.
Batman
is
has
he-
a son?
Son?
Damian Wayne is the biological son of Bruce Wayne and Talia al Ghul.
Who's the Talia
Yeah.
girl? I didn't know.
Okay,
I didn't
I-
know Batman had sex. I thought this guy's
Uh,
purely made out of
Seriously?
vengeance.
Technically, it may not have been made through that. The story's a little scuffed around Damien's conception. Some have it be like she took some of Bruce's DNA and combined it with hers to make Damien. Others, they actually
I mean,
did do the
that's
deed.
one way to explain the birds and the bees.
Yeah.
Honestly, just know Damien's birth kind of scuffed.
Okay.
Okay, let's. I want to emphasize something here. Like, important. You don't need to
Oh, yeah.
know any of this to enjoy Teen Titans.
Yeah, you don't need to know this.
I
Of
just
course.
know a lot more because like I got curious and it was my mistake. Searching up the backgrounds of Teen Titans characters is almost as big of a mistake. Searching up Lore of Olympus characters. Okay, I'm not
Oh,
talking about
God.
a stupid manga thing. I'm talking about the original gods of Olympus. Do
Oh,
not
yeah.
look them up.
I
Whatever you know of
Yeah,
them,
it-
just
I did
It's a
that.
rabbit hole.
Also, hi Kai.
Hey guys.
It is a deep rabbit hole.
Yeah, no. So yeah, don't look up. You don't need to know any of this. You just need to know 5 teens
And
doing thing shit
tower.
and fighting crime. They fighting crime, okay? I'm gonna talk about all the 5 members and then I'm gonna go into the main antagonists. There are more than one, but one of them is the main one, right?
and maybe
You know,
watch
like, on
maybe watch a YouTube video about the talking about the main antagonist. But please enlighten me.
Yeah, no, so, the leader of the Teen Titans, there's no main character. The episodes, like, move the main character around depending on who is focusing on, right? So we have an episode
Oh.
focusing on Raven, or focusing on Beast Boy, and so on, right?
Yeah.
But the leader of the group is Robin. That's all you need to know about him so far.
Okay.
And he doesn't have any superpowers. His job is to be the leader. He just knows stuff and can kick butt like nobody else. And,
Seriously, bro's an absolute unit.
oh, absolutely, right? And he has small gadgets, like not dissimilar to what Batman uses, honestly speaking.
Yeah, so like explosive throwing weapons, hard as heck cape, so
Yeah,
grapple
the
hooks.
funny thing is that
Yeah,
when
go
I watched series the original time, I didn't know that was Robin as in Batman's sidekick Robin. Okay, that one I figured out somehow later. I thought they just look similar in design, right?
Ah.
But I didn't know that was that the Robin, right?
I need to bite
Yeah.
my tongue right now so badly.
What?
Why?
Okay, so DC people, don't go and hate on me. I like certain DC characters, but like some of the DC superheroes and designs are just like so generic that I cannot like blame Paige for just thinking that's just a similar person. Like,
I mean, to be fair, Robin does have an interesting design, all things considered.
yeah,
But take into account that some of the original characters from the DC and Marvel are older than some of y'all watching this. Okay?
Yeah.
They precede us, okay? And I'm not young
Yeah.
either, and some of them are older than me. Because of
Older
this,
than
at
me.
the time when they were made in original, these designs were mind blowing, okay? They were something else, okay? Back in their time.
yeah.
now in the future, where you have superheroes coming left, right, and center everywhere all the time from every direction, it's very hard to come up with an interesting design. That's why Superman and Batman have these basic ass designs, right? Because they used to be like really out there, but they're not anymore.
Yes, nowadays they can make them a little sleeker, a little more intricate, but still keeping to the core of what they look like.
I mean, Batman's original design looked like Superman's, but instead of like having that color scheme, he had another color scheme.
Yeah, like
but nowadays he looks borderline kind of armored.
Yeah,
and he's getting edgier by the second.
Oh yeah, like every time I hear something about Batman, it feels like he just got edgier. I kind of think it's funny and it's likable.
Yeah, people don't know that he used to be a comic relief character.
I don't want to think about that. To be fair,
he's funny. He used to crack jokes.
Yeah, to be
and nowadays.
Fair, yeah, go on, could I?
And nowadays, everyone kind of forgets one other part of Batman's character.
Yep.
He's a really caring and sympathetic person.
Now he's just edgy.
And now he's just kind of edgy at times. Yeah. Mr. Plot Armor himself.
Oh my god!
Wait, which one? Which Robin?
Yeah,
which Robin?
Oh, so you can talk to us, Eden.
Dick Grayson?
I don't want to talk over anyone. I don't know which Robin.
Oh.
Is it?
Member of the Teen Titans, apparently. One.
Is that the new battle pass?
On the outfit, I would say probably.
Oh.
I don't know.
Is that?
Either
the color scheme? The color
Tim.
Wait. The color scheme suggests that's Damien, actually.
So there's
isn't that Damien's colors?
No, I think it's Tim because he's got the crow. He's got the
honestly,
the Raven
Tim Drake.
Logo.
Yeah, I do believe this might be Tim Drake. Yeah.
Simple.
See, I told you there's more than two. I know about the Robin that.
Yeah. There's Damien. No, sorry. Yeah, there's Grayson.
Oh yeah, it is Tim Drake. It is
Tim Drake. Jason Todd.
Yeah.
And Damian Wayne, and some others from those are like a future kind.
Okay, we only need to worry about Dick Grayson. Let's go back to Teen Titans. Okay, just Dick Grayson. In this version. Okay, so we have Teen Dick Grayson, referred to exclusively as Robin, so we will be referring to him as Robin throughout the series because his name is not mentioned, and honestly, I don't blame them for not mentioning him. Like, I'm pretty sure they would absolutely set fire to the phones if you have a main character in any series called Dick Grayson, okay? The parents would absolutely witch hunt the studio that decided this. I can't, I understand what I'm saying.
Richard.
Yeah. But poor Richard Grayson. His mom did him dirty.
Yeah.
Trying to get Dick Richard, you guys.
Anyway.
Hi, Yuzu. Just one redeeming thing before I let you continue. I personally think that the villain design in DC is absolutely fire. Like,
oh yeah, some of them are just.
Yeah, so if I go just from design choice, I'm often more drawn to the villain designs than the designs of some DC heroes.
Bro, Teen Titans has the best.
Yeah, Teen Titan has the best. Has also the best hero designs, if I say so myself. Like, when I look at Superman and some other superheroes, and then I look at the Teen Titan crew, I'm like, damn, that is actually a good design. They look actually kind of cool. Now you may continue.
Next up, I think I'm gonna start with Starfire, right? Who is an alien princess.
Yes.
And she is the girly girl of the team. The girl.
Yes.
Like
Starfire,
he's just
Tamarind
bubbly
Princess.
and happy and stuff like that, and will absolutely obliviate you. She has the strength of 1,000 men.
She is
He can
basically
pick up. He can
the
pick up
discount
Robin
Kryptonian.
by his ankles. Sorry.
She's the discount Kryptonian of the group.
honestly, I saw her like by his ankles. She is strong as hell.
I love Starfire. For the people on YouTube, you actually saw that Starfire is the drawing of today. Because I did a Starfire fire doodle not too long ago because of sponsorship. So I had this just ready. Was like, oh, that's actually really practical.
Really convenient.
Yeah, almost as if I had planned it, even though I didn't.
The
Stephanie,
next,
really quick
yeah, correct.
about Starfire. Paige, do you know Starfire's actual name?
I do, but I forget it the second somebody tells it to me. I swear to God, I heard it before. Again, I watched the 2 movies that are not
That's
Teen
okay.
Titans related, but have Teen Titans.
Sometimes it slips one's mind. Coriander.
There you go.
Yeah,
She's
like-
named after
Yeah.
a spice,
Yes.
and not even a cool one.
I mean, to be
Oh.
fair, she is in her language. Like, that's her name is Starfire. Her name just sounds like that in our language. Okay, so
Ah.
about
Well, you know
Starfire.
You can call her
Is-
Cori.
Okay, so let's explain it this way.
Yeah.
When he first arrived on the planet, she didn't speak anything but her own language.
Damn right.
And
Yeah.
her method of explaining, like learning new languages is definitely why she is a fan favorite.
Yeah.
Probably, like,
Yeah, you see, to learn the language of
this is some animation, is what I'm telling you. This is some animation, okay? Now,
Okay,
Mao,
she-
you watch a lot of anime, okay?
Yeah.
Let's do a pop quiz.
Okay.
Anime logic. How do you think Starfire learns languages?
Watching TV or cartoons.
No.
Mine like connecting her brain to someone else and just like learns it that way. Maybe.
More anime, more degenerate anime.
anime. Come on.
She's smooching someone? Okay, even
Exactly.
She locked lips with Dick Grayson to learn the language.
Remember the joke from the movies? I think it was, which one was it? I don't remember if it was in Judas Contract or the other one. Justice League versus Teen Titans, but I remember it showed how Starfire and Robin met, and when Starfire started, interacting with them, she immediately kissed Robin, and she explained that's how she learns languages. And then the other Teen Titans there were like, I know some Spanish.
she is smoochable. She is very smoochable. You know, like
Judas Contract. There you go.
yeah,
It's Star. It's
yeah, of
She-
course.
Yeah.
Is Starfire and Robin actually like an OTP or a canon, or is this?
It is canon.
Yes.
It is canon.
Let's
Yes,
go.
That is indeed one of the canon ships for Dick Grayson. Yes, note I said one of.
Let's remember multiverses.
Yeah.
But like most
then,
in
relationships
Even in the
DC
main timeline.
comics is kind of wonky.
Dick Grayson fucks, dude.
I
Yeah,
mean, have you
He
seen
is-
the
he is-
guy?
Like,
when he gets older, he is.
there are
Guys,
more Dick Grayson pinups than there are of any female character. He is the most sexualized DC character, and he has the fattest ass.
He
Yeah.
is
He is-
known for
There
like
is
I
not
can't deny
a there's not a female supervillain that hasn't gone, I want a piece of that canonically on like in the
Even
comics.
Harley fucking Quinn had a moment of this.
did you not? So she went after Batman and him. Valid.
Yeah.
Valid.
I mean, does Harley Quinn look like the type that like is not going around. If to say so.
Oh, she
Does
definitely.
she look that much of a nun?
No. I definitely expected it from her. It's just like this woman has a very big variant of taste.
Yeah,
We probably should preface this is him as an adult, not
Yes.
as in
Yes.
the
Of
Teen
course.
Titans.
No,
where
no,
he's a teenager.
not as okay.
When he
would not-
becomes Nightwing,
Where
he
he-
becomes
yeah,
a
no.
Knight.
So
Yes.
Robin in this series that we're talking about, Teen Titans 9 series, is a stick, okay, with
Yeah.
its spiky hair.
And yet,
He is charming, but he is still a stick, okay.
somehow, there are still a few who crush on him.
Yeah, because we
And
not
he
only go
still
off
has
the
some merit.
looks.
Okay, so yeah, no, he is charming. I understand why him
Paige,
as the one to be the Robin
Paige,
in this
yeah,
version.
Paige speaks slowly. You're cutting out from time to time, so
Ah.
you're probably peeking in a way. So speak slowly.
No,
it's fine.
no, it's Discord. It's Discord. Discord does that. It's not the. I have every filter turned off because filters hate my voice. No, this is exclusively Discord, and
Yeah,
it's
this-
not the first time that I had this issue. Okay, did you guys miss anything of what I said?
I think we got the gist of it, so it's
Alright.
fine.
All right. Next up, we have Beast Boy. Beast Boy is the comic relief character. He is the joke person, right? He is also like when he is the focus of the story. Most of the time, with asterisk around the exceptions, his stories are really silly, like really silly. As of course, exception when his story does get serious. And the thing is that Teen Titans is broken into arcs that focus on one or the other Titan, with the exception of Starfire for some reason. She never got her season, unfortunately.
Aww, poor Pepe.
Yeah, so let me see. Yeah, so he can shapeshift, and the animal he turns into is green. That's the whole thing, he's green. There's even a joke at one point, because he was wearing a mask when he met the Teen Titans. He took it off, but they were like, but what about my secret identity? And they're like, what secret identity? You're green!
Well, they're right.
Yeah, so he's green.
Yeah, he's pretty
He is.
Yeah, he's quite green.
Yeah.
Yes, he is the silly one.
Can
right?
can he turn into every animal, or how does this transformation?
Every.
No, wait, whoa, that doesn't encompass anything. Every living thing that is not a plant.
That is. Can he turn into other people then too? Just
No.
in green?
No, he
Just different species.
yeah, he did turn
Even
into
those-
an alien animal. So
Yeah.
I don't know where the rules start and the rules begin.
So anything that was animalistic, that is animalistic, including regular animals, prehistoric creatures like dinosaurs and
T-Rex.
all that,
Hmm.
and of course alien animals.
I mean, in the series, I only seen him do that once. So
The very fact he could do it once probably means he could do it more if you really wanted to.
Beast Boy's powers are tied to a thing in DC Comics called the Green, which is basically
Nature.
there are forces of the universe in the DC universe, like the Speed Force, which is just the embodiment of like velocity. The Green is the embodiment of nature, and Garfield, his name's Garfield. Beast Boy can tap into the green to become animals that are connected to it. But because he is from Earth and on Earth, he is only able to connect to that green unless he's really trying. And unless he's gone through like a power evolution, basically. But there are a couple stories where he goes to other planets and then he can connect to their green, but he can also go, if he goes to a different dimension, he can connect to the red and turn into demons and stuff. It all depends on like where he is, weirdly. And generally he only turns into things that he knows about, but like theoretically he could just
Asterisk here again.
tap into whatever. Like, you know, he turns into dinosaurs. Even though they're extinct, they are still like closely tied enough to the earth and nature of the earth that he can use his knowledge to turn into them.
Okay, I gotta note that in this again. You don't need to know this. This is just extra information that Kurai and Eden know because they know more than what the series has to offer. But you don't find any of this in the actual Teen Titans series, so you don't need to worry about this.
Oh yeah, don't
This
worry.
is extra trivia.
Yeah, it's just like I sometimes ask extra questions because I have no fucking clue. Like I know you can enjoy the series without having this little tidbit of extra knowledge. I just wanted to know what you can do. Who comes after?
Yeah, no, I just want to make sure that nobody. Some people apparently never watch it, but I want to make sure nobody's turning off the series because it is such a good series that it would be very sad if somebody thought that there's so much background and things you need to know. You don't need to know anything. You just find it wherever it's streaming. I have no idea where you find it at the moment. Put on, like maybe a pirate hat if you're struggling.
Yeah.
It's a good show. Okay.
It's always comforting.
Yeah, so Beast Boy is also a vegetarian because he turns into an cannot actually stand being, like eating an animal that he can turn into.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's why he's a convinced vegetarian. Like no meat.
No meat.
No meat. And I think he's a complete vegetarian because he eats tofu, eggs, and stuff. So I don't know exactly why. He shouldn't be bothered. He's not laying eggs, so I don't know. He's just a vegetarian, right? So,
does he like
there's
cheese?
that.
Does he eat cheese?
I don't know. No, I don't think he eats cheese. He eats tofu.
Then he maybe is even vegan.
It was
think he's
2003,
actually vegan.
so I don't know if they vegan was a popular terminology back then.
Ah, makes sense.
I don't know because I confused him. I don't know which one is which. So it's very hard for me to pinpoint where. The important part is he doesn't eat meat. He doesn't eat animal product. He's completely free of the stuff, right? Tofu is his best friend. Like they go pretty. They don't go deep into the character, but they do. Does have his serious arc at the end. Quite a big one, to be fair.
Ooh.
Next up after Beast Boy is Cyborg. He's kind of easy to explain, right? He is half cyborg. He was into an accident, and he lost a lot of him. And in order for him to, survive the ordeal, he is now half machine, right? Cool ass machine, right?
Makes sense.
He's known for saying "booyah," and his hand can turn into a cannon.
Booyah.
Yeah, booyah.
Yeah.
And
I said booyah,
what?
and he can turn his hand into a gun.
Yeah, so that's about it for him. It doesn't say much about his past, to be fair, or like any other stuff. To be fair, all things considered, he's quite a secretive character, but possibly because he's not. Okay, the other characters have roots, like backgrounds into the entire DC universe, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's just a guy who got into an accident and was modified in order to survive. There isn't more
Probably not
background
true.
to him. I mean, I'm pretty sure there is. There is a shit ton of background for everybody, okay? There's like novel worth background for each and everyone. But compared to Raven, the demon princess, okay? And Starfire, the princess of another alien organic, kingdom far away into the universe. And Robin, who is trained by Batman, right? And his not only Robin, and it gets complicated from there because like Batman is a whole spiel, right? And Beast Boy has his own thing because he actually was in a previous superhero team, which was kind of a big deal before he leaving and joining the Teen Titans. Cyborg is just a guy.
It's just a guy.
Entirely. Like Cyborg's history and whole deal is way more complicated than Starfire.
Yeah, and
He's just a princess.
I can't imagine, but for some reason the story didn't focus on him that much when it comes to like in the Teen Titans series. Yeah, technically Cyborg doesn't have powers; he's just technology. That is true. In the series, they focus on. They actually do mention Starfire's home planet, and they do mention the entire Ravens thing, right? The entire arc from the movie Justice League vs. the Teen Titans kind of sorta is reflected back into Teen Titans because it's based on the same thing from DC, right? For some reason they just kind of left off Cyborg. Like the only thing they got into him was his deal with Dr. Blood, which I'm not sure how. I mean, they didn't mention how relevant this is. Like, what's the deal with this, right? How the background with this character. It just felt that this villain was made for him, rather than getting into much backstories on how he even got this technology to begin with, right? I'm pretty sure they would have gone into it, but the series never properly ended.
Yeah, I
It
heard
actually
about
ends on a
that.
cliff note.
I heard about that. It's more or less like ended, and there should have been more. I
There
don't know.
should have been more.
I don't know like how, if it was cancelled or anything. I just heard about it that like it had a very like more or less open, unsatisfying ending.
The ending is really honestly bitter. It's just if you watch the entire series, that ending is just kind of like it just feels, you know, like it just feels like what the hell? Where's my other two seasons, right? All right. Yeah. So that Cyborg. Maybe I haven't focused on the character enough. I don't know. Maybe it's on me that I don't know enough about Cyborg, right? But I just feel like every time an episode focused on him, it focused on the half robot thing he's got going on. Either it was the one where his battery that was inside him just kind of stopped working, and then he was dragged on the ground where he met this spooky person that was gonna make him full machine because he thought that that's the ultimate life form. Or, you know, like, what was the other one? Where he was trying to force his body, like, everyone was trying to encourage him to force his body. But he was like, listen, I'm a machine. I can't force myself. When I was a human, I would force myself all the time, you know, like, be stronger and better. But now that I'm a machine, if I say I can't do it, my machine doesn't go past it, right? I'm limited to what my body can do. And every single time seems to keep coming back to this thing, right? Let me see. Raven. I had to say baby girl for last.
Okay, then talk about your baby girl. What's about the golf
Raven.
princess?
Raven, to put it simple, okay, Raven is the Shigo of Teen Titans. Okay?
That's an
To put it
interesting
simply.
explanation.
She is the goth girl, okay?
Ah,
She is the daughter of Satan.
that's certainly a title and a handful.
Yeah.
I am not kidding. That is heavy spoilers, right? But she is the
Heavy,
daughter of
heavy.
Satan. And I'm
She's
not talking
basically-
Satan. It was sorry, correct?
It's basically that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not, and I'm not talking about Satan as in, you know, like this Earth Satan. No, we are talking about interdimensional, universal-wide Satan, the source of all evil type shit.
If I remember,
Evil incarnate. Okay, this poor girl is the daughter of evil incarnate.
I think I heard that like she has constantly to keep her own emotions in check, because like the
Yes.
moment she like loses control over her emotions, her entire powers will break loose.
basically, what it is that first of all, she's kind of haunted by the powers of her daddy.
Daddy
Secondly,
issues. Let's go.
she's a goth girl.
Of course.
Of course, she has daddy issues. She has tons of daddy issues. She is the daddy issues. Right. So that and the fact that she holds immense power, like toppling. Like at one point, she was watching a horror movie, and she brought the monsters in the movie to life by accident.
Oof. That.
Right? She just accidentally created monsters.
Oh god, what will happen if that girl has a cold? Is she sneezing?
Luckily, we never saw her catch a cold. Okay.
Will
Right.
will she do like an Elsa and sneeze like, you know, catastrophes into existence?
It's more of a mind issue than a body issue for her. Like, it doesn't matter what's happening to her body. Like, for example, if she left unconscious, she isn't going to blow up the earth or something. It's more of a mind issue. The more unstable the mind, the more unstable her magic, which is why she constantly meditates. Like, most often than not, she will be in her corner telling everyone to shut the fuck up because she's meditating.
Yeah.
Basically.
Right? Right,
it's just
so
a bit-
there's that, and I mentioned everybody, right? Yeah. I have to mention one extra member that she's not always there, but she's super relevant, which is Terra. Terra is the 16th heightened. She's introduced on, is it season 2? I think it's season 2, right? Because season 3
I
has the whole
think.
Raven Demon arc, right?
I think so.
You guys tell me.
Because season 1 focuses on Robin. Season 2, if I remember right, focuses on Terra. And season 3 focuses on Raven. Did I do something? Kai just wrote bitch in capital letters.
Yeah. Kai? Kai, why? Who are you insulting? Why are you screaming? Do I need to scream at you? Do I need to take the water bottle out?
Oh. Terra is less of a bitch and more of a complex character, but if you are a Beast Boy stan, then Terra is a bitch.
Ah!
You will not find a Beast Boy stan that will not absolutely want to crucify this poor girl.
Okay, okay.
But she's very, very a complex character.
Okay, then I need an explanation now. What's going
so
on with Terra?
Terra is like if Raven didn't meditate. Terra has earth powers, and she cannot control it for the life of her.
Okay.
Not a huge fan, but yeah. So they meet Terra while she was running away from a thing, and they saw her use her powers, and it was like, oh. But she was very sensitive about not being able to control powers, and eventually landed up in the hands of the enemy,
Ah.
which is Slade. Should I have started with Slade? Should I go into who Slade is?
Explain
Yeah.
your Slade and then go
Yeah,
back
let's
to
go
Terra.
into the Slade.
Cause like Slade
He
is
is very relevant.
the main enemy of the story, right? Each of them
Ah.
have their own mini enemy, but like Slade is the permanent enemy, and he is the enemy of Robin. And well, he is the enemy of Teen Titan, but focuses on Robin mainly. But he is omnipresent throughout the story, right? He appears in the Demon arc with Raven. He appears in the arc with Terra, and he's generally overall just being a menace over there, and also badass and super entertaining to watch.
Oh,
And he finds Terra and promises to train her in exchange for basically betraying the Teen Titans, which is why a lot of people have like so many
Negative
gripes with
feelings.
her.
opinions.
because for the ability to control her powers, she sold her soul, metaphorically.
And she sold her potential friends.
Yes. No, they were actual friends at that. Yeah, Deathstroke. The original name of Slade in DC is Deathstroke, but apparently they found out that is too unsettling for a kids show, so they used his actual name, which, as far as I remember, Slade Wilson.
Yeah, Slade Wilson.
I don't know what his mom was smoking when she played. My mama hates me, part 1.
Some mommy
Right,
issues
so-
also in the show. Great.
As far as I know, Deadpool is kind of based on Deathstroke. Like, it's in Marvel's answer to Deathstroke. But Deathstroke has always been and will always be a villain. Whereas, as you know, Deadpool is more of a
Anti-hero.
hero thing. Deathstroke is also a mercenary, but in the series, he's not shown as being a mercenary. He's shown as being the main villain against Titans, like actively trying to destroy them.
What?
What?
Why are you shouting
He
at
wants Robin.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but after he couldn't get Robin, he was just, I'm gonna destroy these people.
It was mostly to mess with Batman.
Indirectly. Anyway, it's never mentioned. You just this guy just has like a huge boner for the team to kill them, right? To destroy
I
them.
hate Boner. But it's, again, mostly because of Robin and mostly because he wants to mess with Batman.
And eventually, this is heavy spoilers, but Terra turns against him, and he should have died. Right? How much I can spoil?
There's a spoiler warning. People come in here with the warning that they will hear spoiler. Go ham, girl.
Go crazy.
Because, like,
I will
again,
still
this
watch
happens,
Teen
this
Titans
happened in
probably.
season 2. This happens in season 2, and he just dies. Terra just turns against him and he kills him. Right? He falls into lava, and I'm not talking about he falls seemingly into. No, they show him like mask going down, dead. Okay, and he's fucking brought back to life by Raven's daddy issues.
I heard that
Yep.
like Robin feels like he's haunted by him. Something
Well,
like this later on.
There was an episode like this where he had some sort of micro disease thing. His Slade's mask had some sort of dust on it that, when inhaled by Robin, basically had him being hunted by Slade in his own mind. But that's a one episode thing, one and done.
Oh, I thought this would go
It's
over
just kind of
more episodes.
a reminder. Hello, bitches. Remember me? I'm dead. Don't forget about me. Right? And he doesn't appear anymore after season 3 until the end.
What happened at the end then? Why does he appear at the end suddenly?
Nobody knows. It's because Terra comes back. Like at the end of season, I think it's season 2. I'm quite sure it's season 2. But at the end of season 2, Terra becomes fossilized and is gone for the rest of the series. And it's shown that Beast Boy is going and visiting her. Well, one day Beast Boy was visiting her as usual to flowers, and she was gone. She was no longer there. He tracks her down and finds her at a normal school, being a completely different person. No powers, no nothing, basically. And then he runs into Slade that tells the Beast Boy to basically fuck off. And the series ends there.
What's that crappy ending?
That is the ending of the entire show.
did they not do like like a secret movie sequel or something like this, or
There's a non-secret movie that does its own thing that has nothing to do with the way Teen Titans ended. If that helps in any way.
that is okay? Then let's turn to Eden. Eden, is there like a comic continuation that more or less like tells the rest of how the Teen Titans show should have gone?
I mean, I guess maybe.
I'm sorry,
It's different canon, so there's no like direct continuation.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts my anime
Terra
manga
does
loving heart.
appear in the like comics as well, but I don't know if they like ever do kind of that same plot line.
That's still like that pains me as like an
That
anime fan.
pains everybody. And that's
I
one
will-
of the reason why.
They were likely resurrected through the same thing, which is how Deathstroke usually comes back to life. Because typically he's semi-immortal due to a thing called the Lazarus Pit, which is basically the Al Ghuls, you know, the like mother of Damien and stuff, have like access to this pool of water that has resurrective powers, but also kind of turns you evil. So like you can go in it to heal your injuries and stuff, but then you come out and you're bloodlusted, which you can fix and come out of, but generally it
They don't do that.
makes you a bit evil for a little bit.
Yeah, and
And-
seeing how Deathstroke was such a good guy, I
Yeah.
can imagine he was very conflicted about it.
Yeah, Deathstroke has used that a lot to the point where I think it's just some of that water is in his blood. So generally, you can like he'll just like resurrect out of the soil eventually. So he
Like a
probably,
plant.
you know, he probably did die from his wounds, but like Anakin Skywalker kind of crawled out of the lava and then slowly healed himself back. Either that or he cloned himself, because they're always fucking cloning themselves.
Well, Teen Titans. Oh, hold on. So for reference, Slade appears at the end because he's not dead. He wasn't killed before. So season 2 has Terra kill him. Season 3 has Trigon revive him, and then he gets his body back at the end after he fights Trigon after Trigon betray him. And he doesn't appear after that, right? He goes out into the sunset. Robin just middle fingering him out. And we don't see him until the end of the season. So there is a reason. I mean, it's okay for him to be there because there's no reason why he would be dead at this point, right? The plot doesn't say that he died, and he was not part of the mass evil wipeout.
Who
If
did
you know, you know.
what?
Yeah,
who-
so
what did the Teen
I'm pretty sure
Titans-
those fools wouldn't have lost if Blade was on their side.
Who was the
The Lazarus Pit does cause amnesia, so that could also explain why she didn't remember anything, if that is how they brought her back to life.
It is possible that canonically, that gate that Slade used to come back is something that he now knows how to go back to. So, because he resurrected Terra. Space on one comment. We never expect anyone to die permanently.
yeah.
Yeah, so it is possible that in canon, instead of Ultra's Pet or whatever that is never mentioned, we have the way that Blade came back to life by going down to that entrance, and they did show him blow up the guard that was guarding that entrance, so that implied that he can come and go as he freaking pleased. So maybe that's how he used it to resurrect Terra, but like for some reason
But
didn't
if she
get her
doesn't have-
powers back.
Yeah,
and
but if she
I don't know.
doesn't has access to her powers right now, like why was she so important to him now? Yeah, I don't know. Give me an answer.
We all need answer, and you know, got instead of answers, Teen Titans Go. And I was gonna say this earlier when Eden started explaining, but basically that's another reason why people are so against Teen Titans Go, like so very anti it, because as far as a cartoon goes, it's a stupid silly cartoon. Teen Titans Go, I mean.
Yeah.
It's a stupid silly cartoon, okay? It's like, I don't know what
It's
to
a dumb.
compare it with.
It's a dumbification of a good cartoon. That
Not even that. It's just an thing. It's basically like you have an entire series, but you slap the names and designs of another character, right? But it has nothing to do with anything. Like, well, the woman yells at Cloud. But yeah, so it's just a normal show. A lot of people said it's fine. Like your kid's brain aren't going to melt out of the ears and stuff like that. It is a children's cartoon. Okay, it is exactly that. You're bored. You have your kids is crying. The Go stands for oh
God damn
for
it.
God damn it. Oh,
That's a good one.
yeah. So
It's literally an episode of Teen Titans Go about how everybody prefers the old Teen Titans.
Really?
They canonically go back to the old Teen Titans for an episode. Just to be like, wow, everybody's right, this was better.
Oh my god, it's
Yeah, because
self-aware.
people working on Teen Titans Go are so salty, all goddamn hate that they get. But understand, season 4 ended in a cliffhanger that never finished. You don't know what's going on. You don't know why Tara's back. You don't know why she doesn't have any memory. You don't know why Slade is still circling around her. Why is she important again? Because she looks like she doesn't have any powers. Nothing, like was answered, right? We started a new plot point right before the finish, and it was just left there. And the thing that irritates me, right? If the series would have stopped 2 fucking episodes early, none of this would have happened. Not even 2, I think 1. Right? Because right before this whole shtick with Tara being back, they had this massive battle, this massive W, right? Where everything just kind of finished and it was good and everything was right. If it had finished there, none of this would have happened.
No one would have
Sure,
been
people
angry.
would have been sad and would have still shitted on the cartoon, for sure. It would still be like, what is this bullshit? But
They would have
where is
not.
this trash secret? The next season, it did not work, Amy. It did not work. Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Who after Slade is gone? Like, who's taking over the main villain aspect of the show? Like, you say that he he dies in season 2. He somehow comes back a decent chunk later.
Okay,
like who?
He is in the main enemy and in the main enemy.
You're cutting out. You're cutting out.
Yeah, no, I can see it. Deep breaths. Okay. Okay, it's not you, it's Discord. So the main enemy in season 3 is Trigon. The main enemy in season 4 is Beast Boy's enemy, which is the brain.
The brain. Why?
The brain.
Does he not have one? Is it salty that he?
No, it's literally nothing else. Like, that's it.
That's
The brain.
The brain. Not the pinky? No pinky with him? Aw.
No pinky with him. I mean, that woman, I guess, counts. What was she? What is she called? I forgot her name. God damn it. What was her name?
I forget too.
It should
Angry
be.
bitch.
Angry bitch. Kind of bits.
Yeah, so he has like 2 main henchmen, right? It's this very smart monkey. Like gorilla? Is he a gorilla? I think he's a gorilla. Very smart gorilla. and this lady.
Okay.
Something like that.
Honestly, to describe this lady, like imagine a 70s show which would portray a evil spy woman, and that's I think how she looks like.
Ah.
That is kind of the vibe she has. She has that kind of similar energy to first seasons of Ruby's Cinder, kind of like that, but like less interesting.
That's
Somehow.
interesting. No,
It's kind of like
Paige.
that.
Paige is getting the roast out.
Can you tell I don't like this character?
Oh, I would have never figured it out. Okay, so we got like a little bit of the main plot and like the main characters done. So, there you just said in the beginning, those are like a bunch of unsupervised teenagers, with a lot of probably teenager hormones. Is there no one, like no big superhero coming in from time to time to babysit them or something like this?
Nope, they're completely on their own. There's actually, speaking of hormones, there's an entire episode dedicated specifically to Starfire having her first zit. But of course, being an alien, it can't be a normal one, right? It can't be your average, like, no, she just alien shit happens.
Yep.
Alien stuff happens, okay?
Is the dark version of Starfire showing up in the show? Like, I know there's a
Yes, Blackfire.
Blackfire.
It's her sister.
It's her
Yeah,
sister.
their
I
own
was
version.
about to ask. Like, I only remember there was a dark version of Starfire, and I wasn't sure if it was her sister
Starfire.
or if it was just edgy Starfire. When she hang out too much with
Quite
Raven.
Yes. Actually, Blackfire and Raven did get along fine. But yeah. So yeah, there's Blackfire. There's Starfire's evil sister.
Why she?
Yep. That's it.
That's just the evil sister. Okay.
Yep.
She has a cool ass design though. I'll give her that.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, as far as villains go, she's not that evil. She's just kind of a bitch.
I mean,
I
she
bet
just
she, I bet
wants
she was
to...
okay with murder, but like,
Okay.
Huh.
She's your average. Okay, let's take it this way. You know who she is? Imagine Scar from Lion King, now a pretty teen girl, a pretty teen goth girl,
Okay,
and that's
that
who she
works.
is.
That
She
works.
just wants to kill Mufasa. Starfire's Mufasa. That's her whole shield, right? So since she is such a good girl, her kingdom decided to skip her at the throne
Yeah.
because she's in prison and give the throne to Starfire. And now she's baby rage mad because, like, the older sister.
And she got
Why is
scared.
Starfire getting it? Like, kind of circumventing the part where she is a criminal.
Yeah. Question. Like, if Starfire is supposed to have the throne, why is she not on her planet?
She was kidnapped.
And now she just
Yeah, it
decided to stay on Earth. That's an interesting way to deal with your political issues.
I mean, to be fair, as far as I know, she's not to be crowned just yet, so it's fine.
She has a couple more years where she can play around with her new Earth friends.
Yeah, basically. I don't remember exact what the splee is because the episode where she goes back to her planet isn't particularly my favorite.
Okay.
Sorry, I got distracted and ad came. This is my mind completely focused. Yeah, so yeah, there's Blackfire. What person? Okay, another thing about the series that is interesting that I was telling Kurai before that I think a lot of people find interesting to know is that this series is between being an anime and a cartoon.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like take the anime
vibes.
concept and smash it into a cartoon concept. It's a mixed, right? Because unlike
Is it Avatar
An
level of
anime.
mixed?
And Avatar is just full-blown anime.
Yeah, Avatar is just, you know, like the anime of Western
but
cartoons.
it's good to compare it to Avatar because the difference is like Avatar is. God damn it, Discord! Please stop! I'm trying to talk about stuff I love. Please.
I hear you're fine now. Apparently whining works. Whine about the things you like.
Yeah, so Avatar The Last Airbender is a series that goes on continuously, right? You need to have watched the previous episode to understand where we are and what we're doing. Whereas a normal cartoon is episodic, right? Well,
Yeah.
Teen Titans is a mix, right?
It
A lot of the episodes are episodic, so you can watch them in whatever order you want. But a lot of them is actually ongoing. So you need to know what happened the previous one. Yeah, an overarching plot. They have like mini arcs, especially at the ending. Like the Terra arc, the Trigon arc, the Brain in a Jar arc.
The Brain in the Jar arc!
It's every teen show ever. Yeah, it's every teen show ever. There you go.
Yep,
I-
you're
But like
directly out
cartoons
there.
usually are episodic in nature.
Yeah, like
Hell episodic in nature.
and teen
well,
shows
this one-
have some overarching plot points, but it's good. Like that's like what gets me away from many cartoons if they're too episodic and like only the first and last episode of the series is actually important and the entire rest in between you can just skip because it feels like you watch filler. That's not how you can get me hooked. Like I want to like find the overarching plot in sometimes.
I mean, the episodic episodes don't feel that very episodic. There are a few episodes that are literally just you can skip them, just skip them. But a lot of episodes actually focus on the characters and character development, which is why makes Teen Titans so good. Like for example, you have an episode where we go into Raven's mind.
Oh, how is it there?
Right,
Dark and hot topic filled, or
Yes.
And no,
Yes and no.
it's complicated.
Basically, you're not wrong, but there's a lot going in there. Okay, it's not straw. There's a lot going on.
okay?
Boy, Cyborg accidentally ended up
You cut out where
in
does
magic.
okay? Where does
Right?
Cyborg end up? You cut out perfectly.
Yeah, Beast Boy and Cyborg end up in her mind because magic.
Because of magic. Okay.
Because of magic. Yeah, no, there are a lot more current. Yeah, so basically, all of the episodes deal with, and there's an episode where everyone's bodies gets mixed. Which
the
is,
body
you know,
swap.
this is one of the plot points that appears all the time, but it is relevant because Starfire and Raven gets mixed, and that's where the part that you know about Raven having to control her powers come from poor Starfire stuck in Raven's body, forced to think of happy thoughts before she blows something up.
Is
Whereas
Starfire not made out of happy thoughts?
I mean, she does have anger thoughts as well. Because
Yeah.
her powers, Starfire's powers, are directly related to how much, you know, like she feels stuff. Like, for example, in order to have that super strength that she's known for, she has to channel beat your ass energy.
How does
Right? She has to feel the rage,
Yeah.
right? In order to be strong.
okay?
In order to be in.
How does Raven feel now that she's in Starfire's body? Like, is she finally like a happy being where she can just be angry if she wants to be?
She's struggling because she's basically a normal human because she cannot properly emote anything because she struggles so much her emotions in and always control her emotions that now that she needs her emotions out there, she can't.
Aww.
At one point, it's like, how do I float? And Starfire is like, think happy thoughts. And she's like, never mind.
Happy thoughts.
It's
Happy
not
thoughts.
Starfire on Raven's body. It's in Raven's body.
don't mind
But
Amy.
yes,
Okay.
yeah. So a lot of them actually deal with character development. There are, of course, episodes that you can just skip, and I recommend you skip. Cause like, wow, I think there's one where they're like, what was it about? Something about pies, and pies that hypnotize you, so you eat more pie or something like that. I don't remember.
Hypnotize.
I
You-
I need to review the episode.
Yeah, I know a lot of them are really obscure and like they're not worth it. But I remember all the good ones. I remember all the good ones, and some of them are just silly, stupid. Like when they're fighting the British guy.
What about the British
Yes. The British guy with hypnotism and whatnot.
That episode is just pure stupid. That episode is pure stupid. Right, so yeah, it is a good show because a lot of the episodes actually do deal with the characters dealing with something rather than stupid shit happens. Again, there are episodes where stupid shit happens, but a lot of them are like, you know, like for example, you can say that the episode where Blackfire comes around is also a filler episode. It's not part of an arc.
Yeah.
But we deal with Starfire's feelings of inadequacy because Blackfire is so much better at everything, right? And it just seems like she's going to be replaced because what's the point, right? And we deal with her feeling inferior, and at the end, you know, like it turns out that Blackfire is just, you know, a little bit of a criminal and wanted to use Starfire to get arrested in her place so she can
Aw.
roam free. Yeah. It kind of hints on how Starfire got into the situation to begin with.
Okay.
Right. Because, like, when we were introduced to her, she's actually being transported somewhere where she was supposed to be a slave. So, probably similar issues.
Wow. Oh, like, why are you here on Earth now? Oh, yeah, nothing big. They just want to sell me as a slave. But I'm here now, so it's
She
fine.
literally says that. She literally says that. Well, not in that tone, obviously. Say that she's going to be sold as a slave, but it's also, you know, like that's literally the explanation.
Question: who is your favorite character? Like, who's your favorite like main character and your favorite like side character from the show?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I can't take that answer. Okay. Do you have like a favorite villain? Like just like you know, like I know we usually don't like villains, but just like one where like, yeah, that was good when they were there. It was fun when they were around. Or you just like villains, you know, like we all like
literally
Shigo.
Slade.
Okay.
Literally Slade. Literally. Do you have any idea how fun this man's dialogues are? Like
No.
he is.
That's why I asked you.
He is just like. How do I say it? Do you like comebacks? Because he has a comeback for everything. Like
Oh, that's
he's
good.
so fun with words. Even when he's salty that he got his ass absolutely pummeled, he's still so fun.
That's
Uh,
good. Like usually like sometimes villains take themselves a bit too serious. So when they actually get their ass handed, still like showing actual being salty over it is actually kind of good of a character writing.
Oh, you can literally feel how bitter he is about it
That
because
he got
basically-
his ass handed by a couple of teenagers.
no, it's not this. It's the fact that Trigon betrayed him, right? When the Titans told him that Trigon's gonna betray them, right? And he was like, "You don't know anything."
Yeah.
And then Trigon went around and betrayed him.
told
And
them
when-
so.
And when they meet him again, he's just dripping with saltiness, right? Like you get you know, like he projects bitterness. Like you can tell, because like he's usually a composed person, right? He's usually the cool evil type, right? But you can tell in this situation that he is absolutely fucking pissed. Okay. He's not even trying to hide it.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, he is prideful, and you can tell.
That
He's also vengeful and kind of like, like. Anyway, he's a cool villain, right? He does put the scare, because like Terra killed him, right? And for a while they didn't actually see him. Right? They were like, "Oh, he's dead, he's gone." And then one night they get called into a break-in, right? And they just see him, and he's just, "Hi everybody, I missed y'all."
Hello, everybody, Markiplier.
That's something you don't want to hear from the villain in front of you.
And then they just like, like freeze in fear, right? Like, he's there, right? This guy that terrorized them and turned their friend against them, and they almost lost, right? And like, and now he's here back again, like, bro, why won't you fucking die?
Like, we just finished the like week-long celebration over your death, and now you're telling us we have to scrap all of our future plans? We wanted to make this an annual thing.
This one has been months later, right? It's implied that it has been a long time.
Yeah,
right? They are sure he was dead, no issues.
It was a joke.
You missed me, bitches!
Is that the episode where Robin's going insane?
No. That happens like beforehand, like in between them, in between the type, because like most of the seasons is the episodic thing. So if you wanna avoid kind of like episodic thing and want to go through the main arcs, you can just pick the specific episodes that focus on the main arcs, right? And in this case, this is one of the smaller episodes that happens in the same season, but like before the main arc starts. So it is implied that some time has passed, right? No, this is exactly where Trigon's arc starts. Trigon's arc starts with Raven worrying about her birthday, because it has been prophesized that she's going to end the world, right? And the prophecy will begin the day she turns 16? 15? I think it's 15. It just says her birthday. It's never specified what age. My birthday. Okay.
It's yeah.
Yeah, so Trigon has revived Slade in order to convince Raven to return, right? Because he's like stuck in another dimension. He needs somebody to actually have connections to her to bring her back. So of course, Slade scares the shit out of her. Yeah. Yeah, that works. I did it, boss. To be fair, he was not against the whole scaring the shit out of her thing.
Yeah, scaring a teenage girl. It's the hobby of every adult, like making teenagers miserable. That's why teachers exist.
I mean, to be fair, Trigon came around to try to destroy her entire. The only reason she was born is to actually make this prophecy, because she has to be sacrificed in order to make the bridge to have him come out, because he was sealed away by, like this what was it, monks of Azeroth? Basically, this place called Azeroth, they sealed him away for good. They tried their best. He found some
loophole
woman. Somehow a cult, as far as I know, like they go into this in Justice League versus the Teen Titans, where the occult of Satanists actually help her, like sire Satan's child, which ended up being Raven. In the Teen Titans series, it just says that, yeah, she's just Zara Satan. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
They don't go into very in depth. Again, this Teen Titans focuses very much on character development, and a lot of the episodes feel slice of life in the way that they focus on their feelings, right? Their dealings with stuff as teens. They fight. They they patch up, etc., right? Like there's this episode where there's this blonde girl. What was her name? Kitty? I think she was her
Yeah,
name?
it was Kitty. Yeah.
Yeah, Kitty. The entire thing was just Starfire being jealous.
Aw.
and Kitty's dad is the Mothman?
Moth-
Killer Moth, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's Killer Moth. It's Mothman! You can't tell me it's not Mothman.
he's
he's a man.
basically,
That's a moth.
yeah, he's
and-
basically Moth.
Mothman.
And Kitty's boyfriend is you know what, Kurai, what about you describe Kitty's boyfriend? I my ability to describe things kinda like
Wasn't he like a dude with a spider for a head?
yeah. And here we are not saying a spider's head. An entire spider for a head. With legs and everything.
Yep.
And that was
a weird ass show.
and that was a weird ass episode.
Well, Kurai.
Because
Oh, please continue.
yeah, because okay, so the entire episode, it's one of my favorite episodes. It's so good. So basically, Mothman, wants to attack the city. Well, Killer Moth wants to attack the city, but Kitty's boyfriend breaks up with her before prom, and she doesn't have a boyfriend to go to prom with. So when hold on, give me a second. Why do you like this?
I don't
My
know.
cat.
I heard
So-
her scream in the background.
So Mothman, when he's making requests for the city, it's so funny. He was like, "I want you to surrender the city, the Teen Titans to surrender themselves, and Robin to take this nice girl to the prom."
Yeah.
And Robin's like, "What was the last one?" Like literally that was the dialogue. What was the last part? And Killer Moth forces Robin to invite Kitty to the prom, and Starfire's over there losing her shit
Jeez,
because
no
Robin
way.
is going to the prom with another girl. Like
Teenagers.
there's a part of the episode where Starfire just punches this poor car, just wrecks the entire thing out of jealousy over the fact that Robin is going with this girl. Yeah, that's the episode. Robin doesn't want to go to prom with this girl. Starfire doesn't want Robin to go to prom to this girl. But Killer Moth is holding the city hostage.
You are going to prom with my baby girl, or else.
Yeah, it's so funny. It ends with a fight because of that is between Starfire and Kitty and her boyfriend in Robin.
That you said this is your favorite episode?
It's one of my favorite episodes.
Well, do you have... No, before I ask it, Kurai, you actually prepared 2 questions. Why are you not asking Paige questions?
I did indeed prepare some questions.
Yes.
Oh, shoot.
So, if you could change one event, which one would you change and why?
That would change the ending, so it doesn't exist.
Come on, that's a little too easy of an answer, don't you think?
Okay, let me think. What event would I change? Are we talking about the big arcs, or are we talking about
Could be big things, could be small things. Either one. If you could just change one event that has happened throughout the entire series, which one would you change? And it
I,
could only be
I think I think I would change the ending for Terra because, you know, like it just kind of leaves a bitter taste because she was manipulated into, you know, into turning against the Teen Titans and not something she wanted. Like Judas's contract makes her feel like 100% evil, right? But Teen Titans makes her seem, you know, like she's just a kid, right? That got manipulated into all of this, and in the end, she did do the right thing, right? So it just feels. I just wish that she lived and she went on to do something else or something. Like she doesn't have to be back in the story. Like for example, Titans East, right? They're not always in the story, right? So it would have been fine, right? So yeah, that's a thing I'd definitely change.
very good, very good.
That's like she maybe would deserve a better ending, especially if she like actually did the right thing at the end.
It's very hard to say because she was a dick to everybody, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people will like she didn't need to, you know, like betray and stuff like that. And she didn't betray in an easy way, right? In a oh yep, I'm betraying you. Like she did it in a horrible way too.
Yeah.
Like this is a type of you better see it to believe it kind of stuff. Right? So but at the same time she was manipulated. Okay, she was a small girl that was alone and scared. Right? And,
Fear does things too.
and I think people are too harsh on Terra, right? Right.
I agree.
I don't think she's that much of a bitch as everybody claims she is. She is a complex character.
I agree with this. She gets way too much shit for what she. And
Well, you also have
it
the
is what
second
it
question.
is.
You also have the second question. Let's get to this one. Let's
do-
go a little bit lighthearted now. Like after this question that made us
after all
sad.
that. Yeah. So, in your opinion, which Titan would make the best roommate, and which one would make the worst roommate, and why?
Honestly, let's start with the worst roommate because it's definitely Beast Boy. It's definitely Beast Boy.
Why? It's
Like
Okay.
it is in
thanks.
in canon, at least in the series, that Beast Boy is just overall not very taken care of himself. Like his room is a wreck. Like he has socks everywhere. He lays everything everywhere, and he likes pranking people. Like at
True.
one point, he got a lot. You know, like Starfire got mad on him because like he was
Yeah.
pranking everybody. And you know, like she didn't find it very amusing. Right? That was a lesson in don't be a jerk to your friends. But like the point still stands. The guy's a slob.
Yeah. I also answered this to myself, just in case. Yeah. I think my worst roommate, in my opinion, one of the worst would probably be Starfire. Like, yeah, she's wifeable. She's very lovable and kissable, but I'm going to ban her from the f***ing kitchen.
What did she do to the kitchen to deserve this treatment?
What didn't she do?
I mean, you know, she has a different stomach system than humans.
Yeah,
so.
she has a different stock system. Doesn't mean she didn't create culinary abominations.
Wait, you don't
Yeah.
like eating a whole bottle of mustard for dinner?
No,
Doesn't sound good to you?
dear God, no.
To explain how her taste buds work, she likes
What do I
burnt
look like? Underfill sands?
pancakes.
Burnt
Like
pancakes.
burnt pancakes. Like I'm
Yeah.
not talking like slightly burnt, like charcoal level
Yeah.
burnt.
Okay.
And she just eats those, and she's like, delicious. That's exactly how she cooks in Reverse, right? She cooks stuff that nobody can
Yeah.
identify, and she's the only one that enjoys.
I could never personally. So no. Like, in terms of being a roommate, she's my choice for one of the worst. Because at least with Beast Boy, he's not making culinary abominations. Tofu, I can handle.
I mean, if you enjoy tofu, yeah, I guess. But I personally would rather
Kitsune's
not.
like fried tofu for a reason.
I don't mind because I'm not forced to eat what Starfire is making. I'd be like,
Yeah.
my stomach is not built for this. But I would rather not step out of my room to a water balloon to my face.
Yeah. So in that regard, I do agree. Beast Boy is also one of the worst.
The
These two are
best
definitely at the
one,
bottom
in
of
my
the list.
opinion, would be Raven, because she's just not doing anything. 90% of the time, she's in her room or meditating. She's just
Yeah,
the chillest person ever.
You leave
You
her.
don't bother
gotta-
her, she
She's
doesn't
the-
bother you.
You got to keep her away from the horror movies too. Like, goodness.
I mean, I think they kind of force her to watch that.
Yeah.
I love
One of
Raven
my-
from Teen Titans. I love Raven from Teen Titans too.
Yeah.
My choice of one of the best roommates is definitely Cyborg, though. Because, come on, he's a cool guy. He's got all the cool gadgets. You get to play games with him all day,
He will
Come on.
definitely beat your ass at video games. I'm pretty sure he has inbuilt aimbot.
Well,
But
is
either
it
way,
is it
holy
cheating if
fuck.
it's built into his brain?
Yes.
I mean, is it cheating if you can't stop?
Aimbotting?
That is the real question.
It could probably toggle it.
But would he? Or would he tell you he turn it off and still beat your ass?
Maybe it's a little harmless prank.
True, but yeah, you ain't winning. You ain't winning. All right, so yeah, so I think Raven would be the chillest person.
Yeah, I
'Cause
can.
if you make too much,
I can imagine Raven to be pretty chill. If you leave her alone and don't bother her, she's probably just vibing in a corner.
yeah, she spends more of her
You can
time
also-
meditating.
She can clean the entire apartment with magic, or just summon a demon to do it for her.
That's so
Yeah.
cool. Dirt be gone.
Yeah, basically. But she can also move you if you're in her way,
If
Yeah.
she
like
if
to,
she
to a different floor.
if she would magically just pick me up and teleport me somewhere else, I would not mind.
Oh no, Raven, please don't wrap your giant black tentacle around me. No, don't. Just,
Hey, yeah.
that would be horrible.
Hey.
Oh
On
no!
her main attacks.
Oh no!
Yo,
Whatever
with
shall I
those-
do?
with those- I think those are tendrils rather than tentacles.
No, she
What-
summons tentacles sometimes.
Anyway. Yeah, that definitely. Any more questions anyone has about Teen Titans?
Who's your favorite member of the East group? Of the backup Teen Titans?
Also, who is in the
Hmm.
backup Teen Titans?
Oh, I want to retry. So there's Aquaman, Bumblebee, Manos, and the other dude. they're twin kids. And they're kids, they're not teens. I don't know why they're called Teen Titans, because these are kids, they're 5, maybe 6. Right, they're a pair of twins. They touch their fingers together and go really fast. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who am I missing?
They're pre-Teen Titans.
I just said,
Oh yeah,
Speedy.
the archer dude. The archer dude. What's the archer dude called?
Speedy.
No, is it? Oh yeah, he has a
Speedy.
weird name. Yeah, Speedy. He's like Robin, but with bows.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's there's them. That's all of them.
Yeah, and
Because
who's...
like the other guy, well, what is he? What is this? The guy that goes fast but is a teen and not two twins.
Impulse?
What, Kid Flash?
Or Kid Flash?
Yeah, Kid Flash. Yeah, there's Kid Flash is not part of the East team, but I do like him.
Yeah, he ends up part of the Teen Titans at the end of the series.
That's Jinx too, because
Yeah,
Jinx
that's
does
Jinx.
join them.
Yeah, speaking of which, who's your favorite member of Hive?
Yeah, Jinx.
Sam.
Okay,
Like,
for
to be honest,
people who
would-
for some people that might not know, Teen Titans have a rival team in the Hive. The Hive are mercenaries for hire. Basically, you come and hire them, and they'll just do robberies for you. Eventually, the Hive ended up being like just kind of their own criminal organization, like a small group of criminals, right? The original team was Jinx, Mammoth, and
And
Gizmo. Gizmo, yeah. Gizmo is a potty mouth. He's like a kid. He's not a teen, right? He's very short. It's hard to tell. He's a kid genius, and he has a lot of tech, kind of like Cyborg, but he's like 100% human, right?
Mhm.
And he has a potty mouth. Like every single time he will swear in a way that he's swearing, but he's not actually swearing. Right? He will use random replace words instead of swearing.
It's Sunny! Oh
right?
my god.
He's also a brat. Like I'm not
Oh,
talking the way Amy and Eden see brats. I'm talking like an actual kid brat. You know, like the you got games on your phone. Yeah, basically. He's just brat energy. Like
He's very
all
fun.
of the bratty kids in the world that you want to punch just
Yeah.
concentrate into one being, and it's this kid, right? He is very puntable, right?
Well, let me try.
He
Just
is
talk.
very.
We're just talking about that. Let me just read out the quote of today that Yuzu asked for earlier. Quote of the day: I wouldn't mind beating up a child, especially an evil one. Yeah. Maho 2025.
Yeah, so basically that's it.
Okay.
No. Right. So then there's Mammoth. Mammoth is strong.
That's his thing. He's strong.
Yes.
Like-
and I'm
yeah.
pretty sure his IQ is 0.
He has an
I wouldn't-
IQ
Like
from
there's
2.
no brain activity up there. Like
Ah.
none
There's
of us
not
are.
a single thought behind those eyes.
Yeah, no, he just eats, and that's just one single motivation in life.
Oh.
Eating.
I can relate to that. Like food is also a thing that just like gets me to do things. If I cannot buy food, I need to. I'd
Yeah,
be
so he's
unhappy.
strong, he eats, he nothings. That is Mammoth. And the leader of the team is Jinx. Well, the reason why she's called Jinx is that her powers is bringing bad luck. And I don't mean bad luck as in, you know, like, oh, your cup fell over. I mean, the building will fall on you. Bad luck.
Yeah. Her power is literally a series of unfortunate events.
Like, she will rust metal, crack walls, basically anything bad that can happen
Murphy's
to
Law.
you. Yeah, she just controls Murphy's
She's
Law.
blocking Murphy's Law.
She looks at you. Building falls onto you, and she's just like, "Not my fault. I didn't touch the building."
Kinda, yeah. There is
Would
this
not put
scene,
that
like,
past her.
one of the reasons why I like Jinx so much is that she's typically just your average other side of the fence villain, right? But near the end, she tries to impress the bitch lady that works for the brain.
Mhm.
And she's trying to catch this superhero called Kid Flash. Like Flash, his whole thing is he goes super fast. He just beats the crap out of her entire team. But for her, she just leaves her rose in her hand. Ladies, you know, like and eventually she tries her best to capture him. But the bitch lady takes the credit for it. Like she gets this machine from Gizmo that will actually capture him, right? Hold him still. And she uses the machine to hold him still and give him to the angry lady, but the angry lady dismisses her, so she just frees him. Just like, you know what, you're gonna catch him yourself, right? And at the end, she shows up on the other side.
Oh.
Yeah, with Kid Flash. So that's an OTP.
That
And a cannon ship.
Oh.
And it's cute as fuck.
Oh, that's really cute.
That is enemies to lovers trope, like in one single episode.
That
I
that's
shipped a
cute.
cyborg. I always preferred Jinx and Cyborg because they have a lot of moments together as well.
Ooh.
Like,
I don't remember Jinx and Cyborg interacting to be.
Yeah, especially when Cyborg goes undercover as I think Titan.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Stone.
They get really
It was a
close.
thing.
I was as
Yeah,
Stone,
it was a thing. To be fair, Jinx is very. She's just because she brings bad luck. She thinks she can never do good stuff.
Aww.
Yeah, she was like abandoned a lot as a kid and seen as like taboo and all your tropes,
Yeah.
unwanted and unloved.
Poor Pepe.
Until Kid Flash.
She doesn't like that's something like especially a child is like not at fault for situations like this, so she doesn't deserve like adults that should realize what's going on to abandon her.
Yeah, basically. Like, a lot of these kids have trauma. Like, a lot of them have trauma. Yeah, so...
That's not what do we learn from that? Do not traumatize kids.
Ah, it's a very
So-
valuable lesson. Please do not traumatize kids.
Yeah.
Unless they're watching Puss in Boots and they learn a valuable lesson about death, then traumatize kids.
And some kids just suck. I'm
I usually blame the parent if the kid sucks, because that means that the kid is not taken care of. Like, for example, if they're acting bratty and so on, they're most likely the type of kid that the parents would give him stuff to shut him up, right? Like, when he is pointing to stuff and crying and give me, the parent, instead of properly going like, no, you can't have that, they just just give it to him, and then they end up acting how they act, right?
Yeah.
A lot of it is parents' fault. Like,
Yeah,
rarely did I see a kid that's acting badly that wasn't, like, treated badly by his parents in one way or another.
there are just some evil gremlin children out there with like really good parents that try their best, and those children are just like spiteful as hell. But like usually, yeah, like I'm not a parent, so I'm not going around judging parenting styles. But I grew up just fine, so I would say my mom did a good job. The funniest thing my mom told me, like, I was never like a cry, like pointing at thing and then throw a tantrum if I couldn't get it. She was like doing the grocery list with me together, and then like I could ask for things, and if I get the thing, I was allowed to draw the thing on the grocery list. So there was like a poorly drawn like Kinder surprise egg on the
That's
list.
cool.
And my mom was babysitting a child And because I was never throwing a tantrum, like she never had to deal with it, this child did throw a tantrum in the supermarket. So what did my mom do? She sat on the floor and throw a tantrum harder than the child. She made the child cringe hard enough to stop throwing a tantrum. So
unfortunately, my mom is old enough to old school teach me manners.
I didn't need
I
old
don't-
school teaching. I was just
I
a very
don't-
well-mannered child, apparently.
I don't fear my mom, right? I never feared my mom, but when I was like 3 or 4 and I would throw a tantrum, my mom would tell me once to stop, tell me twice to stop, and if I haven't stopped by the time she told me a third time, I would just get slapped. I would just get immediately like. Basically, I was never like truly beaten, okay? Like never actually hurt. But like a little bit of pain was like where my mom said, listen, you can do stuff up until this limit. Reach the limit, get bonked, okay? And in where I grew up, I think that was a good call to make, because like in that place, like you can scarcely afford mistakes. So yeah, I turned out fine.
I was just like,
Everybody used to burn witches when they misbehaved.
like I was just like a generally well-behaved child usually. My mom had she always told me, like every time like nowadays we have to do with like children or teenagers, my mom's like, oh, I'm so happy I had you. Like the neighbor's child is like having like a, you know, like her boyfriend just broke up with her, and now she's like, you know, like her heart hurts, and my mom's like her friend just has to deal with now an upset teenager, and my mom just like to me really quietly, I'm so happy I never had this problem with you. Oh god.
Is it okay to talk about non-Teen Titans stuff now?
I just like went there because we talked about children and teenagers. Like teenage drama and Teen Titans should go together because like it's about teenagers. We should talk about teenage drama. But
I mean,
yeah,
to be fair, there's a lot of teenage in Teen Titans. to be fair, there's a lot of teen drama.
yeah, like
Yeah.
that's probably what sometimes it also gets me to not like be like super hyped about a show if there's like too much teen drama in there. Like even as a teenager, I didn't understood teenage drama, so I was like, why the fuck is this character acting that way? Grow the fuck up! I'm younger than you, and I made a better life choice than you.
I think Teen Titans has a good balance.
Yeah,
like I think it's kind of like Avatar: The Last Airbender level balance when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah, I was not judging Teen Titans there. It's just like when I grew up, I watched like teenage shows as a teenager, and I was sometimes so confused about decisions that some hormone like directed teenagers made. Like, why? I didn't
Honestly,
know.
I was more confused about not the shows, like the real actual teens that were getting into drama.
Yeah.
Leave the shows alone. There's nothing with the stupid shit that would go on between actual teens.
Oh yeah. You mentioned 2 movies earlier, like multiple times. Are those like movies like play in the future? Like, are they older in the movies, or is it just like at the later point in time, but still teenagers?
No, they draw from the same source material, but are not part of the same thing. So basically, different studios deal with those movies. I reference them because, again, the source material is the same. So there's Judas Contract and Justice League versus the Teen Titans. The Judas arc focuses on the Terra thing. That is where Terra is picked up by Slade and sent in between the Teen Titans to learn their secrets and then betray them. That's what it's called. That's why it's called Judas Contract. Both in Teen Titans, the series, and the movie, right, which is named after Judas Contract, right? The 2 movies are linked in between each other, right? Judas Contract is part 2 of Justice League versus the Teen Titans. I think. Yeah, no, I'm quite sure. Because I remember, like, in Judith's contract, like, Raven fought someone and got beaten up, and she was asked what does Trigon think, because he was trapped in her head, and she said that he was calling her a disgrace. Right, so that's how I remember the order of the movies. Since they draw from the same source materials, some of the stuff is the same, but there are differences. In this version, the Grayson and Starfire are adults, whereas Raven and Beast Boy are still teens. I think Cyborg's also an adult in that one. Yeah, I'm quite sure he's also an adult in that one. And there's Beast Boy, Raven, Damien, the Robin.
Mhm.
Who else? I only remember these three. Right? And basically it's less of a team does this thing and more of a more complex story basically for a movie.
Ah.
There's also a Teen Titans movie, Teen Titans in Tokyo, where it has the teens in Tokyo.
As the title suggested, I would have been surprised if that would not be in Tokyo, but in
It's
Paris.
called Teen Titans Tokyo, but they're actually Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so the reason why I pointed like that is them visiting the country.
Mhm.
That's it. They're visiting the country. I don't even remember because the movie's kind of forgettable. Honestly, the movie feels like one of those episodes from the original Teen Titans that had no lore attached to it, but like extended to an entire movie, right? There's a lot of
So it's a
going
nothing
around
burger.
and basically, yes. I said earlier that a lot of the Teen Titans on their feelings, right? On their emotion, how they deal with each other and so on. Most of the main story focuses on actual shit happening. There are some very badass stuff happening in the original Teen Titans, like the Trigon fight. Like Slade comes with an army of thingy-majigs, and the Titans are protecting Raven from Slade taking them, right? And that scene, I will not go into details because it is badass as hell and needs to be witnessed. Right? That scene is just wow. Right? And the Teen Titans movie does not have anything similar to that. We don't have any extra badassery like in the series. There is no very deep lore. The world is not in danger. Not okay, the city is a bit in danger, but like there's just I don't know. It's nothing. Forgettable. It's just
Oh yeah, are they
done and done.
are they in Are they in Gotham City or where are they? Actually?
No, they're not in Gotham. What was the city called actually?
Oh, what in Teen Titans?
Yeah, in the Teen Titans series.
Oh, Jump City.
Yeah, Jump City. Yeah.
I was just like curious if they would just like place them into Gotham City, so that would make it like, oh yeah, like this is like the city where like also Batman and the Joker doing their crazy shenanigans in the background.
No, the series specifically avoids any main DC character, right? You have the Teen Titans themselves, Terra and Slade, but outside of that, they avoid the main, you know, like other sides of the world. Like Batman is not mentioned once.
Oh.
One single time it's not mentioned. At one point, they reference how the Titans got together and they show Robin fighting this guy. And the guy goes like, I thought you were with... And before he can stop, Robin says, I work alone now. So he is not... Batman is not mentioned once. Gotham is not mentioned once. Like the city itself, there's never an episode that takes place in Gotham. Even though there's a season where they're kind of all over the world, Gotham is never mentioned. So when I say that the series is standalone and you don't need to know anything to watch it. I mean it. They gone out of the way to just cut this part out. You know, like
To make like
take it from the original DC and make it their own, right?
that's an interesting take. Like I would have like expected like a couple like DC Easter egg at least hidden somewhere for like the like the old school DC fans that would be like, oh my god, I actually know that. Like, oh my god, they mentioned Batman exactly once and then never again, and they're all like super happy or super upset over it. I don't know. I don't know.
If they are, they're very obscure. Like, stupidly obscure. And a lot of episodes just not have anything to do with Teen Titans at all. Like, Eden and Kurai can tell me if the brain actually appears in the original Teen Titans series. Or, I don't know about Dr. Blood. Is he from the original DC series? Or, what else enemies there? Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of the small enemies, like the guy that turns into a goo when he's awake, that's Teen Titans thing, and it's not from the original series.
Well,
I think.
you think? You think what?
Dr.
Nice.
Blood definitely is, and I'm almost certain the brain probably is from the thing, because the Legion of Doom headquarters is often modeled after his head, so.
Maybe it's just a nice, like, maybe it's just a nice symbol. It's the other way around. Anyway, yeah, what about Garfield discount Fantastic Four team?
The Doom Patrol.
Yeah.
Doom Patrol's great. Love the Doom Patrol.
Are they part of the
Goofy.
Teen Titans?
Traumatized motherfuckers. No, because they're all adults besides from Garfield.
No, I mean from the story, from DC. Are they from DC?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they're like
yeah.
basically the Fantastic Four. You
They
got
are.
Stretch.
I'm pretty sure they're older than the Teen Titans themselves.
I mean,
Um,
older than the Teen Titans, but like they're based on the Fantastic Four. Like you have this rock, orange rock.
Yeah,
dude.
like at Marvel and DC will probably stare at each other and copy each other's homework and pretend like they didn't, or maybe they come to the same conclusions. But like I would never go and like start an argument who did it first and who, if it is a clone or not, because that could like spark more controversy than some political discussions in certain circles.
to be fair, yes. Okay, I'll say I'm biased because I watched the original Fantastic Four cartoon that was on Fox, I think. I don't remember, but basically I watched that first. So when they appeared in the Teen Titans, for me personally, for me who didn't know anything about Marvel and DC, it seemed like a copy because like you have this girl that can make herself big and small, and then the guy that's a rock, and the guy that can mind read, and the guy that can leave his body as a ghost thingy and then come back. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, apparently a lot of them are based on the original Teen Titans DC comic, right? But for me, I didn't need to know it the original DC to watch it. So if there are Easter eggs in there, I wouldn't know. All I know is that they gone out of the way to not include Batman, Damian, any other version of Robin.
That
If you don't count.
it's a fair decision to make. Like the fact that this series was like so popular and so well received just showed they didn't need to cling to a bigger name to just like get out there.
Yeah, because the series is just called Teen Titans.
Yeah.
That's it, nothing else. So if you didn't know anything about DC,
You could
you
still
just
watch
took
it
the show as it is.
Yeah. It's definitely a
basically.
thing I want to maybe watch one day, but like when I grew up, like superhero stuff was like not the thing I was into. and I cannot physically remember actually seeing Teen Titans a lot, like in TV when I zapped through it. So I didn't really had a chance to like just accidentally watch it. Maybe
Yeah, no,
Germany got it
I
too
saw
late.
it on. Yeah, I saw it disparately on TV before I could finally watch the entire series from back
Yeah.
to back.
Okay, co-host, any other question to our lovely guest? And hi, Sunny. Lynch Amy. International law don't apply to aliens.
Have you seen Young Justice?
No.
You should watch Young Justice. It's basically Teen Titans 2.0. Except, it's, honestly, in my opinion, probably darker. And, it's got, like, younger cast. So, like, Robin is Nightwing in that. And then there's a different Robin on the team,
Yeah,
I
Damien.
believe. So yeah, and,
Yeah, I think the
like,
movies.
that's got a bunch of the like south, north, and west Titans as main cast members, and then later on in the series, it adds the other Titans as both like pre-established. The Titans are doing things off camera, as well as like they join the Young Justice team.
See, this is why what I like about Teen Titans versus, for example, Young Justice League, is that if you watch Teen Titans, you don't have to deal with, oh, the Batman is somewhere in the background doing shit. They're definitely there, right? Batman is there. So if you're Batman, they're there. Now watch these guys, right? The thing that made Teen Titans so good was the fact that it was completely separate from anything you see, and the fact that you didn't need to bother dealing with references that you did not understand. The show made a good job of explaining to you what you need to know for the context of that episode or that arc, right? You didn't know what you didn't need to know, like, for example, about Batman, for example.
Enjoy going back to bed. Sunny.
I just read what Sunny said. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That I heard about just the Young Justice League, but I wasn't interested because it wasn't the Teen Titans. I am not particularly interested in anything DC related. I do not care about the Damian Brat. I do not care about anything else that happens in DC. I liked Teen Titans, the show. I do not care about adult Damien, the adult Dick Grayson. I do not care what other stuff is happening in the DC universe that have to do with Titans. All I care about is Teen Titans, the show. They, that's
Valid.
kind of putting a band-aid on it. I generally speaking, to begin with, don't watch shows that are similar to the shows I liked. Once I watch a certain genre of a show, that's it for me. Okay, that the other ones will just seem like rehashes of what I originally saw, and it will never feel that emptiness in my heart, right? That the original had. It just doesn't work. I tried that with vampire stories, right? I kept reading vampire stories, but with every story that I watched, I read, watched, it just felt emptier and emptier. So I was like, once I watch a version of something, that's this version. That's it. For example, I do not care for any X-Men version ever. The only version that I acknowledge as existent is X-Men Evolution, the cartoon series. Outside of that, there is no other X-Men in Bossing. Right? I did not particularly enjoy Avatar, like in Korra.
Legend of Korra.
Yeah, and I didn't, generally speaking, like offshoots and series that seems like this series. I don't I want Teen Titans. I want a continuation of the Teen Titans. And the way things go at the moment, I am very much afraid that if they do pick up Teen Titans, they're gonna fuck it up. Like there's no proven track record of them picking up a series back again and doing a good job. Just look what they did with Powerpuff Girls, right? Rest in peace,
Yeah.
everyone's childhood. Right? Every time they pick up a series after a very, very long time, it always ends up at being, like not good.
The only one that
Not to mention other stuff like Velma.
And we're not mentioning that. They picked up the Looney Tunes again and just did the exact same formula, just like a little, a different episodes, just like same animation style, just like the quality a bit better. Like that was the only one that I saw that they picked up after years and just like, oh yeah, like here, just have like some old school Looney Tunes, just like newly animated a couple years ago.
That might work out.
Yeah,
I haven't
like,
seen myself.
Yeah, like I zapped through like the channels and was on the children channel, and then they showed Looney Tunes and I was like, wait a second, that's not the old Looney Tunes. They also have like they had like at least a newer version of Tom and Jerry's. There was also just like the same level of violence, the same level of brain dead, but like it was like very nostalgic, just like newly animated. So those things kind of work, but like you need to someone that picks it up and be like, I actually know the source material and I can continue it with the source material in mind. And it's just like I pick it up and just like take the names and make something new. Like some shows feel like I take all the names and then I just make the rest up.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm afraid of. So I would just let them do Titans Go thing. For me, it's dead. It's never coming back. And I'm not looking for another series. Like I also superhero, like what's the word? Burnout. Yeah.
Ah.
Especially since anime has tried to pick superhero shit with My Hero Academia and One Punch Man, and they're going on the superhero bandwagon. I'm like, I think we had enough with the superhero shit. Okay, we can chill on that. Superheroes are cool, but that's enough. Enough superhero.
Yeah, the next thing,
Alright,
super
but-
villains.
Super villains now.
There's an entire show about like a super villain, like on his days off, and you just see his life that he has outside of being a villain, and it's super
honestly,
comfy.
The only version of this that I watch if they take the main villain from Inuyasha and have him live through his normal days when he's not plotting shit, because that would be hilarious.
Naraku or Shishomaru?
Naruto.
Oh.
Shishomaru
yeah.
is not really a villain, not completely.
Naruto, he's hell of a villain. He's the most.
What, Naraku? Yeah, Naraku's
Yeah.
fucking evil.
I said Shishomaru is not.
Oh,
really.
yeah.
Oh, Shishomaru?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
cut
he's
you off.
still kind of evil.
yeah, well, like he, like you
But
just
he took a little girl and raised her. So he's
Yeah.
completely,
okay.
Good.
Like no, like it's more of a like he's maybe not the greatest guy, but like you just immediately jumped to another guy and was like, oh, he's absolute pure evil. That's what I mean. Like this guy's an asshole, but like he's not the incarnation of Satan level of evil.
I don't think
Yeah.
Naruto is either, but that would
He's still
be
kinda-
an entire. That would be an expert. Sorry, correct.
Yeah, I was just saying Shishomaru is kind of a petty bitch.
Yeah, well, like being like Paige is sometimes a petty bitch. I'm sometimes a petty bitch, and that doesn't make us inherently evil.
Yeah, but you're
I mean,
not
it does
petty
make
in like
me.
a really nasty way.
That's like I'm evil. But like,
That's definitely
okay.
something for a different talk show.
the
at some
the
point.
Naruto stuff could be another expert edition just on him, not the series, on him personally, as a teen, I was obsessed with him. I made so much headcanons and so much if I had money, I probably would have had one of those corks with red string, leading from one thing to another. That's how, obsessed I was with this man, analyzing his every move. Like, why did he do this? How did this happen? And stuff like that. And I fell into all of the plot holes in the series. Every single one. And it's just so interesting because the character that I love the most is a giant plot hole.
We do love our plot holes.
But he's such a fabulous man, and I just love him greatly. But I don't think he's as evil as the author wanted him to, make him to be. But he is the villain of the story. So in this context, he is the villain, right?
Well,
but anyway, yeah, watching him do something on his free time, I don't know, watering his dead garden or whatever. Maybe writing that fancy Japanese poetry, making himself some tea, taking a walk.
I can see Paige just foaming on the mouth if she would find something like this.
But I would be, if Paige was hopping dimensions, she would have her nose glued to this man's living room. He just turns to the shows you windows, those panels, right? And it's just Paige staring from there. It just goes up and just closes the thing.
I can actually just look and then slowly shake his head. just give me the most disgusted look ever. No, not even disgusted, just disappointed.
Well, I think we reached a good end about the Teen Titans talk. I cannot promise you guys what happens in 2 weeks. Depending on how exhausted I am, it could be something between My Little Pony, some random other topic, or another expert. Really much depends on how I feel and how the other people can help me prepare shit. But until then, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you all had fun. Definitely check out Paige the Mage. We will shout her out again now, and she's also in the YouTube description, so you can find her there. Go follow her. She deserves it. She is so funny. You also find my co-host links, so go give them a follow. Be nice to them.
Please.
Please. Pretty please.
If you watch this on YouTube, I would appreciate some likes, or some dislikes. Yeah, come on, show me what you thought of this show. If you're interested in this show, join my Discord server. You can always apply for those shows. It's not just my friends. I get anyone in here that wants to talk about things. So
leave an angry comment about Teen Titans Go.
Yeah, leave it.
Let it all out.
Yeah, leave some angry comments about the thing you hate about Teen Titan Go. Or maybe you love it. Maybe try to convince me in the comments. I will read them. And until then, remember, my little sparks, you're the reason I can shine, and I hope to see you all again very, very soon. For the people on Twitch, I will probably raid out to Amy now because she was so nice and moderating the chat in the meantime. So we will just go over there and check out what she did. And until then, bye-bye!
Bye.